and 14. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift-wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal.
Recon, 132 fighter.
To throw is Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up?
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints have taken the lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Wentz going to throw. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. This man was a Saint for 3 years. It's Darren Sproles. Dropped at the 35, able to display his agility, but not much room to operate. A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the 35 on 2nd down, Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. Now they can't bring him down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Okay, now I want to revisit what we were doing earlier, contender versus pretender. We did the AFC, let's rock the NFC here, starting with the New York Giants.
Pretender, but much improved.
Okay, NFC North, how about the Vikings? And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. To try again after the sack. Breeze. Throw left side complete. That's Murray. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influence?
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Break it down, fellas. Break it down.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's go, interception, baby. Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip?
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A final shot before half for Wentz. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 15 yards on the play. First down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Breeze here finding Kamara. And he'll get this inside of Philly's 20 before being taken down. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Ready, 95-56.
Now, Breeze again. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one. And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. With those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2. Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time. How many plays do you script coming out of the second? Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. Now it's Sproles. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice. Flush to his right. Aguilar has it. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys are back within a single score. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to. Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did. Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Breeze now on first down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw, it's Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Throwing on first down is Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Breeze to throw again. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Breeze now to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Give him 32 on the play.
Let's go. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A.J. Klein able to get him for a loss of about 3. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go, Great. Ram. What's the run?
To throw is Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. Elliott on for the extra point.